say, you know, a lot of things we could clean up, but I certainly believe that we got the most effort out of the young men that we put on the practice field for 15 days. It was physical for 12 of the days, extremely physical, extremely competitive, and just really pleased with the effort. I think that competitive nature will go a long way in taking whatever the next step is in our program. I think there's several reasons for it. One, obviously, added depth through recruiting. And two, I think Paul Jackson and his staff have done a really nice job in developing our young men. And then, you know, being the same staff basically for going into year 3 with a lot of the same kids, I think pays us great dividends. So, real pleased with the effort and attitude.
Questions? Going into this spring, did you think this was the time to kind of raise the expectation level and what you expected of this guy's day today?
Yeah, we made a distinct effort to do that. You know, based upon the you know, where we're not totally where we want to be depth-wise, but you're at a point now where you can't take the next step in this journey. I don't know of any team that at this level if you really want to be in the upper echelon of it, man, that spring practice has to be physical, it has to be demanding, and certainly you have to weigh out the pros and cons of what could happen when you do that. And in the past 2, we've just had to be very, very careful because, you know, of some depth issues, and we still have a few, but we made a distinct decision that we were going to press the accelerator a little bit and try to have an extremely physical, competitive spring. So yes, it was planned.
What have you thought about the sophomore class? You know, some of those guys like Laquan Treadwell, Tony Connor, obviously a lot of people feel that that's really the future right there. What have they done? What you thought they need to do to become kind of, you know, big-time SEC players?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think of them as maybe the future. We think of them as just part of the team because they can't do it by themselves. I mean, they're talented players, and we're certainly thrilled we have them, and people like Tony and Robert and Laramie and Austin and Laquan and Quincy had phenomenal springs. No question. I think Laquan has a chance to be really, really special. Some of the things he's done, he's just so strong and gifted, as are those others. I hate to single just one out. They certainly provided a foundation for us when we, in the first full recruiting cycle that we had. But I'm equally excited about the people like Kalo Moore and Derek Jones and Evan Ingram and Durante Bolden and Davion Johnson. You know, those running backs, Jordan Wilkins and Mark Dotson and Octavius Mathers, you know, so forth and so on. That class in general is certainly has the upper echelon players that we mentioned, but I think their value goes way up because if we can continue to develop the ones we just mentioned plus others. So, but no question, that gave us a great foundation.